Can AI actually create content? Is it coming for creators like me or replacing creators like me, or is it actually going to help improve the kind of content that I can deliver?
It can create a content. In substance, if you give the message clearly, it can create a text into the...
In terms of businesses, what is the impact that AI has in a business being accelerated or growing?
Big role. If you don't incorporate AI into your business strategy.
Can AI actually help save time? This is something I really want to know.
Of course. Now, you want a customer's procurement, you have HubSpot.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Green TV channel. So I am Shruti Seetharaman, a content creator, a storyteller, an entrepreneur, and of course, a sustainability advocate. And joining me in conversation is Dr. Seetharaman, who is also a sustainability advocate who's practiced green banking over the years of being a global leader and truly believes that making everyday choices or talking about them can really help to transform our planet into a more greener future for the next generation. So what we're talking about today is about how we're not realizing it enough, but AI is actually already running our lives. And I think we want to dive a little deeper into how that's happening for us to be slightly more aware, so that we can use it positively to not run our lives, but to enhance our lives even better. And what are the benefits of having AI, for example? So are you ready to break it down? We're going to keep it super simple, super understandable. But of course, if you do have questions as we go along, feel free to comment down below and we'll be sure to answer them.
Good introduction you said, Shruti. It is running our life already. We see it in absolute clarity. And get on.
So the first thing that I want to ask you is that, is AI just a buzzword or is it actually doing something? What does AI and marketing actually mean today?
Wow, it's not a buzzword. It is actually doing things. Look at Netflix. 80%, if you look at it, it influences your decision. It tracks you well. What you see, what you watch, what you skip, everything is being tracked. And again, the future option it gives you with absolute clarity because of your behavior. How you conducted yourself during the screen time is what matters. And data analytics gives that science, and then make sure that what you like, you get it.
Yeah. I mean, I think we predominantly land up watching a certain set of TV shows or a certain type or genre of TV shows because that's what's suggested to us.
True.
But the next question is, how does AI know that? For example, I, as an audience, I'm a very boring audience who prefers rom-coms every other day of my life. If I'm watching, I can re-watch rom-coms over and over again, but I have very few days where I'm interested, or like as an audience. If I'm looking at it as work or decoding it, then it's different. Depends on my mood, but generally my predominant is rom-com. How does Netflix know that?
Predictive intelligence. AI is meant for predictive cause and effect story. Holds good. So essentially, based on your data, what you have seen all these days, it has got a clear indication that you are likely to see X, Y, Z. That influences you towards the direction. And then they supplement the right videos for you to get synced.
And now I've already given them a reason by saying I'm in my rom-com phase. It's already heard me. I'm telling you, my next couple of days or weeks are only going to be this. I've also given it in word. But okay, my next question is about ads. Are AI ads like annoying? Are they random? Or can AI actually help improve ads? Or are they just...
It can.
Random.
Because your consumer behavior and the related analytics are well known to the data science. AI is analyzing it and making sure what you like is what you get. So when the ad or when you search something which you want, the specific ad comes in, right? So you give attention to it and then it throws multiple options for you. So the intention is to make sure you go for what you want because it has already analyzed you and you get multiple options to see through. So the sales gets done. So at our fingertips, you have right analytics, right choice, and you have the price comparison if you're buying something. So it makes sense. AI plays a constructive engagement there.
Very interesting. The next question I feel like is also a personal answer that I'd like to hear. I think I have some kind of understanding of it, but the question is, can AI actually create content? Is it coming for creators like me or replacing creators like me, or is it actually going to help improve the kind of content that I can deliver?
It can create a content.
Hmm.
In substance, if you give the message clearly, it can create a text into the films and create a storyline and then dialogues and ensure you have a cohesive, well constructed, logical fitment
Yeah.
in terms of a script, allied films. So AI can today can simplify your job. It is a great enabler in substance.
Okay. And my next question is, in terms of businesses, what is the impact that AI has in a business being accelerated or growing?
Big role. If you don't, incorporate AI into your business strategy, and if you are not adopting to integrated business, end-to-end direction or activities, then you're going to miss out something because the competition is engaged already. You will be left out. So if you want to be inclusive in every segment of your business model, revenue model, or cost efficiency model, so you have to necessarily rely on AI. It rationalizes in terms of cost. It recognizes new opportunities in terms of revenue, and that's the beauty of AI. We have seen many such companies using AI because customer behavior is known, consumer preference in terms of the past behavior is known, so, or if it is a culture of a community, it's known. So
Right.
it brings the history as well as the future in tandem.
So everything that you're talking about, I think, comes under sort of predictive marketing. So what I want to ask you is, it sounds extremely fancy, but to break it down to everyone that's watching, how would you describe what predictive marketing is for them to understand?
Predictive marketing is all about recognizing your preference and the search you have made and make sure that you are given the right direction and right tools are given to you for you to make a choice. The decision is done in terms of product we want or the price we aspired for. Both are given to you in a summarized form. So decision making becomes more. It is a decision support tool. It's an enabler in substance.
So when you're talking about predictive marketing, would you say apps like Spotify, for example, that gives you recommended songs, or because you heard this, is that what you would describe as predictive marketing?
That's a good example as such.
Yeah.
So you know your choice. It attracts you. So that's why it's important that you also don't want to waste time. That's why it's called artificial intelligence. See, the efficiency in terms of time management is visible through this technology.
Yeah.
And why should you not adopt? You know what you like. If you're referring a particular singer or the kind of songs, then it's given to you in a platform. Enjoy it. Use it. Let's be
I
wise.
mean, honestly, I think I'm happy about the fact that, my Spotify gives me recommended songs, because then I have a new song to add to my playlist. I try and listen to it when I'm driving. I like it. I'll add it to my like songs without having to search for a song. I think it makes my life easier. But now that we spoke about Spotify, I think what I didn't mention earlier is also brands like Coca-Cola, I think, uses AI-generated ads, for
Yes.
example. We at Zeth Orbit do AI-generated ads.
Is it Orbit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's also, not only because I wanted to bring up Zeth Orbit, but also Amazon, for example, drives a lot of sales
Correct.
through AI-generated marketing, through predictive marketing, through understanding consumer behavior using AI, right?
Sales means Amazon. It's a classic example.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm paying the bills.
You know, Amazon.ae, guys, is the most convenient situation in life. I think the Middle East really does put you in that you can buy, you can return. You don't even have to go to like the post office to return the box. Like, honestly, truly, Dubai Amazon,
You become ambassador for now Amazon.
almost. It's
Let's move on.
life is convenient with AI or with apps that are using AI, because It allows you to make everyday decisions much more quickly, which means also be aware of overconsumption because that's not sustainable. But yeah. Okay. So moving on to the next question. What I think is very important, because we always talk about working smart along with working hard, being efficient.
Yes.
So the question is, can AI actually help save time? This is something I really want to know.
Of course. Now, you want a customer's procurement, you have HubSpot,
Hmm.
right? Small and medium-sized entrepreneurs can engage and leverage on it. So you procure your customers, you have your marketing is taken care. So there is a connectivity between the buyers and sellers.
Hmm.
Like individual choices, you go for songs, Spotify helps you, Amazon helps you, your sales. You also have, Google Gemini,
Gemini.
and Gemini and TikTok. Both are supplementing your choices. It's a valuable tool.
Yeah,
They're
they're
very
both.
popular around the world. These are all but you have to be mindful of the addiction you have. I mean, that's why many of the countries around the world
Overconsumption,
are bringing child under 14. They want to have restrictions in terms of the overall utility.
No, absolutely. I think overconsumption for sure is not sustainable, like I mentioned earlier. And you mentioned Google Gemini and TikTok, apps like that, generate or tell you what are creative trends, or they use AI to understand creative trends, to give you suggestions, to show you what your feed looks exactly like what you want it to look like. You're consuming content based on what you'd like to consume. So they make you want to come back to the platform because they're catering to you and you feel almost personalized. But of course, it's extremely important. Like I said, I think we've spoken in previous podcast episodes about how we have to be so responsible as content creators, not just while creating content, but also about generally for the general public that's watching it to understand how you need to be responsible while consuming content, not just while creating it. How parents need to be slightly more mindful about how their children are consuming content, because today we see 10-year-olds doing a makeup tutorial, skincare routine, 8-year-olds wanting to look a certain way because that's how they see the people around them, or they role model somebody and want to look that way. And it's crazy because as much as I propagate skincare and cruelty-free skincare, at 8 years of age and 10 years of age, you don't need actives. You don't need that kind of skincare. You don't need to be putting makeup on, uh, all of that. Live your childhood a little bit. So I think
Look at my mother, 80 years, she never used
powder.
herbal cosmetics. So it's a beautiful science, and the natural substance are there. You have to use it.
100%. I think my parents, which is one prime example sitting here, at his age doesn't look like his age. And I wonder whether I will be the same when I get to his age. The same with my mom. I think our parents look a lot better than we possibly will at your age. Because your
I'm not-
lifestyles were different.
You
The way you, for example, blue light is aging, just for your information. Which is why they say sunscreen in today's world needs to be used also indoors, because you need to protect yourself from blue light. So even if you're never stepping out, even if you're not near a window, a tinted mineral sunscreen is ideal, but SPF is extremely important. So there's lots of things that
True.
contribute to us not looking like you.
True.
The next one is, we've spoken about all of the benefits, all of the good things, how it is actually, or it can run our lives and how we can enhance our lives. But what's also important to note and to be mindful of are the risks that come with AI.
We are seeing deepfake, enormous amount of misinformation. Cambridge Analytica is a classic example.
Yeah.
How the political influence it triggered. So you have to be mindful of democratization, transparency, ethical and moral governance when it comes to